Chris texted me saying people are commenting, but I can't see anything on this end. So this is part 2, I guess. So happy Sunday, and now we'll have to wait for people to come over. Like I said, the first time I tried to go live, it was just black. And the last comment I saw was Paul Honeyman's, and no other comments. Dixieland Homestead, hello, thank you for following back. Jay said no straws, but I'm sucking from this side. Hi, Chris. Okay, I can see some comments. Let's just hope it sticks. So sorry about that. I have no idea what that was about. Chris was texting people are writing comments, but I couldn't see any comments on this end. So, Vandal the Land, I'm always at Walmart when you go live. Hi, my friend. I've missed you. How are you? Welcome in. It's all right, because the first part, I couldn't see any comments, so. But if someone could share this out, that would be awesome. Hi, Mary Jameson. How are you? Trying to do like a part 2. I think I was only on for 7 minutes, but I couldn't see anyone's comments. So I don't know what that was about. I'm really sorry, everyone. Yes, stay off the straws. Hey, zip it. Yeah, I left a comment on that live as well. Okay. Yeah, so if somebody has the capabilities of sharing this out so people come back over, that would be awesome. I think I was only on maybe 7 to 9 minutes. Negative pressure from someone. Jay, well, I'm this way. Zip it. Zip it real good, says Chris. If you don't know what they're talking about, Jay's here watching my Hulu in the back, and I had an extraction done today right here. I haven't touched a straw or anything today, but he got me a milkshake, so I was drinking it from the side. Cosmoquati says, better now. Thank God. Thank God. I have no idea. There is no this way. So, all right, you guys, like, stop doing that. Shopping for school supplies, says Vandal the Land. Well, that's exciting because that means the kids are closer to going back to school or homeschooled. And how you been, Mary? That's why I didn't get you a straw. Okay, we also didn't get me a spoon. But at least he's super happy. Oh, that's good. Sometimes it's the parents that are excited that school's going back. You were fine on our end. I know that's what Chris was saying, but unfortunately, I couldn't see any comments after Paul Honeyman's, and that was it. So that's crazy. So yeah, so what goof has to go to the dentist on? Well, you know, I'm trying to get this done, taken care of. Hi, Paul, welcome back. I couldn't see any comments after yours. It was frozen completely, so I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, so this morning I had to go to the dentist, Jay, who's in there, get an extraction done right there. Love your garden, Mel. It's beautiful. I know the video is long. That's July, like the middle of July. I tried it like 10 times. I recorded it on my roommate's phone, but then when I went to upload it, after editing it, it said his phone was full, and he doesn't have much space on his phone. And then I was like, give me that video. Well, needless to say, I had to do it from his phone again, and it still wouldn't go through. So that's why it's in 2 pieces, and there's no edits to it. So that's that. But there is a lot because I am transparent over here. And yeah, you're probably going to be quite shocked about what's going on over in this garden. Chris says hello from PA. Cosmoquati, how do you wear your hair down in this heat and humidity? I just can't. I have to wear mine up. Listen, Chris will tell you, well, I did have it in a ponytail for the potato harvest, but Jay will tell you, I have my hair up all the time, because I can't have it down. When I'm outside in the garden, I usually will just do this, put it in like, what do they call it? Like a rat's nest or a bird's nest? I don't know, but this is really how I wear my hair when I'm out in that garden. All of it up, see? So I don't like sweat to death. But I was showing this in the beginning. My son gave me this. It charges from a USB, has 3 speeds, and it's a fan. And I was like, where was this? This whole entire garden season. It's crazy. So yeah, that's how I wear my hair, Cosmiquati. Don't think for a second, girlfriend, that I am out there with this hair down. Oh, no, 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 no. I can't handle it. The heat, it makes me sick now, literally sick. Um, and just this lack of rain and just so much going on over here. Um, let's see. Thank you, Paul, for dropping links. Yeah, Chris says bun. Yep, I pull it up in a bun. But for the potato harvest, I had it in like a ponytail type of deal, but I usually can't even stand my hair touching the back of my neck. Thank you in advance to anyone that sits through that long garden tour, but there was a lot to show. It's in 2 pieces because I used my roommate's phone because my phone shuts off in the heat. I don't get to bring these along for all the harvests and everything like that. I try to do smaller harvests. So what I decided I'm going to do is bring you along either early in the morning, and then now it's going to get into the processing factor of things. It hasn't been great here, to be honest with you. It really hasn't. I've had one problem after another. It all started with the Mexican bean beetle, which was like a total panic, and I lost 1,000 bean plants. And then it's like the squash bugs, the cucumber beetles, some type of beetle over my Brussels sprouts I wasn't even aware of. But I was like kind of ditzy at first. What do I mean by that? When I went back to the zucchini patch, I think I've said it in the garden tour, I was like, wow, my zucchini plants are spread out like really wide. I wonder if that's coming from the humidity here. Because you all know, in case you're new here and you don't know, I just grow a big zucchini patch. I never have problems. I grow enormous zucchinis. And the plants were spread out. So honestly, I didn't think much of it at first. And then this is the first year to put my tomatoes all the way in the back. And I'm lucky I'm even getting any tomatoes at all because I've had one critter after another taking my tomatoes off the plants, eating them whole. And then I guess when they get full, they were just leaving me like half pieces. Like half of this would be up the aisle. So that's been a nightmare. So caught a skunk. My neighbor, Kathy and Mike, who got me all the signs for my chicken coop, he came down with a trap, caught a skunk. I really don't think the skunk was the culprit though. And then I think like a day or so later, there was a groundhog that was in there. So Jimmy released that to the woods. The skunk wasn't spraying everywhere, but there's another big fat groundhog over here, and I was thinking raccoon. So I mean, my plants were smashed in the back, the zucchinis, and my potatoes were down. So I thought, gardener's instincts, like don't pull them up, but they're down. So I ended up harvesting them before I caught on that this was a rodent problem, like an animal problem. So literally, lots of animals in the garden, barely leaving me any tomatoes, demolishing just my plants. My potatoes, they were knocked down. Jimmy's friend's an avid hunter. He came here and said he saw the top of my tomato plant was chewed off, and he goes, that's a deer. And he's like, but the only thing of it is the deer can obviously hop the fence, but if one of yous were to come out, it would get startled and it would probably wreak havoc on this end. So I don't know, folks. It's just been crazy. And then the heat and no rain. So I'm doing the best that I can. I cannot say that I'm not discouraged. And then tonight, earlier this evening, I went to plant some backup zucchini plants. So I look over at my trellis, my arch trellis that you enter the garden, and it's down completely, collapsed. So, I mean, that's kind of the stuff that I've been dealing with. Just been a really hard growing season this year, and I keep rethinking like what Garden State Gardener said to me a little while back. My garden came up about last year, how great it was, how much food it gave me. And he said, yeah, well, we'll see next year. It's a second year garden. So I'm not sure if that's where all these strange bugs came from, if I introduced it here by bringing in a plant from like Home Depot, or the rest of that horticultural soil from the farm, part of it stayed over winter, like spring, summer. Well, I built a garden last March, so it stayed, I don't know, the summer and the winter. And then the beds got topped off because I was told that they would sink. And I don't know if bugs got into the soil that way, so I just don't know. I don't claim to know everything, but it has been trying. It's not bad enough the prices on food, and then you're out there killing yourself, and it's a shame to see all that go to waste, you know? Okay, I'm still seeing bun, Chris's comment. And again, I'm not seeing comments again. If somebody can write a comment, that would be great, because I do not know what's going on. If this happens again, I'm using my laptop. So I see 12 people in here, 6 thumbs up, but no comments again. Let me hit this and see. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Got it. Hi, Miss Andale. How are you, honey? Let me backtrack. I got scared for a minute there and thought it was screwing up again. Let's see. It looks good down. I was just wondering. I wear mine in a hair clip up on my head, my hair, and down to my butt. Mine used to be down to my butt. I mean, it's pretty long, and my bangs were all the same length, so I let my niece cut my hair. But I definitely pull it up, though. Hey, everybody, we need to click the thumbs up again from Mel. Oh, thank you, Suzanne, for that. Smash the thumbs up button. Dixieland Homestead. I'm not sure if I saw you in here before, but if I haven't, welcome in, welcome in. Don't mind. Like I said, I had an extraction done, so, you know, I'm not supposed to be drinking from a straw. My friend is in the back who pulled it. I'm trying to drink from this side, but Melody, keep your clothes on. You'll disappear. What's that supposed to mean? I have clothes on. I'm just wearing like this. It's supposed to go over bathing suits. I did take a shower. I was going to be in pajamas, these Snoopy pajamas that I got, and I was like, no, let me just put some clothes on. Ronnie the homie. Grand evening, a big leg, and let's sing it. And everyone in the chat, how are you all feeling tonight? So great to catch you live, girl. I know, Ultimate Acres. The compliments that you give me, I'm so glad you're on here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Such sweet, kind words. And I'm glad that you're in here too. So yeah, long garden tour for July. I just got that out due to my phone overheats. I could be outside for 2 minutes and my phone will shut off. So it's very unfortunate. Trying to do some smaller videos. Like I have like a kale harvest, or, you know, processing things. I can't think of the name of the channel right this split second, but it's, what's the title of this hashtag? Every little bit counts. They're running this challenge for the month of August of putting something up every day. So I am going to join that. But hello, Miss Andale. Everybody's saying hello. Love your glasses. I need a new pair of glasses, but I got to be able to afford them first, right? Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Getting ready to clean our summer gardens out and start the fall gardens. Dixieland Homestead. Well, if you just heard what I was saying, I was literally just had this groundhog yesterday. So eating all my tomatoes off the plants. And then it got to the point where it couldn't get the things, whatever it is, raccoon. I can just tell you what we call it in a cage, a skunk and a groundhog. Taking all the tomatoes off the bottoms, and then what do you think it started doing? Climbing up and snapping the tomato plants. So my goodness, flattening my zucchini plants. So I do have a video coming out. I'm sitting out in the god-awful heat, and I did a quick video for August the 1st, but obviously it's not out there yet. That'll probably be Tuesday, of what am I planning for August. So I do have that video. And today my some extra zucchini plants that I started from seed were up in the little like 6 cell. I did a couple different types. I planted that over where I actually caught the skunk. So where my potatoes were is where I put some extra zucchini in, but I have a couple more that want to pop up through the soil. I'm just waiting for them to come up. That whole section there will probably just be zucchini. My Brussels sprouts have been getting demolished. This is what I was saying. A lot of new bugs here I've never seen before. So get ready. I think it's going to be Wednesday. I go out at night, well before dark, and I felt like every time I walked out the door to the garden, it's one of those things like, oh no. So just wait till you see that. I walk around, it starts getting dark, but I walked out and found my potato slips all eaten, no leaves on it. Like I said, the zucchini patch smashed, but I thought that was a humidity thing. That was an animal thing. There were some dig holes. It was digging to get in here, and the rest, I guess, climbed the fence. No problems with the chickens, just problems with my garden. And then just a lot of different bugs, a lot of different bugs. So yeah, it's just really been crazy season. But yeah, Dixieland Homestead, that will most likely be Tuesday because I'm a couple days late of what I'm planning for my fall. This is one of them. I got this from Haas Tools. This is the Flame Star Cauliflower right here. If you know, you know. I planted the white snowball cauliflower. I haven't planted that in years and years. I thought, what the heck? I'll plant everything this year. But I planted the purple of Sicily and another purple one. I like the purple of Sicily, and then I decided to collect all of them. So I did get them, but this is the one that is 55 days. So this will be in my fall garden. I did a whole tray of seedlings too. Wait to hear this. Well, in advance, was all prepared. And then I found a little worm on it, munching on it. And then there's a mouse out there that was eating the tops off my broccoli and stuff. So I had to start all over again. So this is just one of them right here I got the purple, even for next spring. The purple of Sicily again. I'm doing this Flame Star Cauliflower. What else did I purchase? I purchased, maybe at least my receipt will be in this one. Let's see. No, and they forgot my free seeds, so that was really sweet of them. They sent me the Haasinator tomato from Haas Tools right there. Excited to try this next year. Let's see if it's in this one. I got the Cheddar Cauliflower, the Flame Star Cauliflower, and the Graffiti Cauliflower. And then from, I think it was Johnny's, I purchased the Purple of Sicily, but I got it from M.I. Gardner last time. So that would be this right here. But you have to check your last frost date. And so this, I mean, I have Purple of Sicily that I'm getting from M.I. Gardner. But I'm going to save this for spring. I'm not doing any more snowball cauliflower. It was just so hard with the bugs here. See, this is 80 days. So you figure August, it's 30, September, it's too late for me here. And then this doesn't have a picture on it, which is shocking. But this is the Cheddar Cauliflower. Can you see that? So, and then I got the green, like the emerald green one with the points. I did get that as well. So, yeah, some things I just got to have for next spring. And this is definitely already planted in a little 6 cell to get some cauliflower. Hi, Garden State Gardener. How are you, my friend? Look what I got, Joe. The Flame Star Cauliflower. So yeah, let's talk about Joe while he's in here. Amazing that I actually won the longest zucchini challenge. But the strange thing of it is, We were fair about it. We didn't want to take the tape measure and go over. This is just one of my newer ones. Um, so to be fair, right from point end to end, 16 inches. The next day I go out and I pick an 18 incher and a 17 incher. And I was like, could you imagine? So if Joe does that zucchini challenge again come next year, that would be awesome. I'm in. I did sign up for the cucumber challenge, but I couldn't do that because they died from the humidity here. It's been god awful. I did not have a successful cucumber season at all. But yeah, very exciting to have won the longest zucchini challenge from Garden State Gardener. So yeah, thank you for coming in, Joe. I forget what I won, but I guess he'll tell me. Yes, I have been in here before. Okay. Sorry, not trying to offend. I might have forgotten or, you know, I have heat on the brain. Let me hit the thumbs up already, number 6. I got 14 thumbs up, 15 people in here. Nice dress, a big leg, let's take it. It actually isn't like a dress, Ultimate Acres. It's just like the short set. I don't know. I went back and got another size, but it's just like connected and it has like the pockets because I thought you probably wouldn't like to see me. I got a cutesy pair of pajamas. It's just Snoopy. Tank top with the shorts initially is what I was going to do live in. This is really the only way I'm going to benefit from this outfit is to put a bikini on underneath of it. But thank you, Ultimate Acres. Creative Redundancy. Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Hello, Big Leg. And let's dig it, people. Melody and people of the chat. Jay says testing 1, 2, 3. I know, right? After all that. So glad to catch you this week. I'm so happy to have you in here. So everyone say hello to Creative Redundancy. Laura, how have you been? Let's see. And Joe, I have to pick my end date. I'm going to be putting a video out for the end date. If Joe wants to shoot me a text of what date he thinks is good, because Marlene posted hers today's, and that's what makes it hard because we're all not in the same grow zone. If you don't know what I'm talking about my Come Salsa With Me challenge. Let me tell you something. I'm ready to make some salsa. I'm not planning on winning. I'm just bringing you along. And I thought this was really fun. And we'll do it again next year. Probably December. Let me think. Maybe November. Everyone that joins the challenge, I'm going to be sending out jalapeno peppers, some bunch of onions, things of that nature for the people that had joined the Come Salsa With Me challenge so that you have yourself well in advance to be able to do your Come Salsa With Me garden again next year. And Mr. Garden State Gardener is going to be giving the winner 5 packs of seeds. So how exciting. I thought mine was gorgeous, to be honest with you. I've done many updates. I have a new update coming up. It looks bad because, it's been bad here. Really, really bad. But to be honest with you, I've been getting a lot more tomatoes out of my Come Salsa Me garden. So I love it. I told everyone it would all fit in there and it would look really nice. Marlene's looked great tonight. I saw her video before going live. So yeah, a lot of fun. So I'll be sending out seeds to everyone that joined. And then me and Mr. Garden State Gardener will go over the videos and we'll, pick a winner, I guess. So I hope everyone had fun. I keep seeding the same channels and people again. Awesome. Oh, Joe says, hi, Jay. Yeah, he did an extraction for me. In case you don't know, I had an original accident and it's just I'm trying to get this done. And I had a crown and a post that kind of shifted. But I'm a fiery redhead and I'm like, just yank it out. Oh, really? Without Novocaine? It went in there, I screamed. I was like, all right. So got Novocained up, got it out. Now I am getting my driving glasses cheap from Google's For You most of the time. Very inexpensive, really. because I have a scratch on my glasses. I don't know if you could see. I can see things far away. Print, not so much. So, just me or what? I got about 60 tomatoes fruiting right now. Yes. Um, so catching the skunk, catching the groundhog. There's still another groundhog. And there is a loose raccoon around here. Possibly a deer that hopped my fence. I mean, I'm getting some tomatoes. A lot of Dr. Wynn cheese, but I mean, they were eating all the big ones and leaving me the mess up the rows. Honest to goodness, it's been a nightmare. I saw my first Kellogg's breakfast out there and I was like, yes. I went to grab it. No, it literally ate it like right in half, almost like a whole tomato. So currently, right now, the tomatoes I did get is in my oven because I don't have a roaster pan. I decided to do that 1870s homestead with the tomatoes, the zucchini, the carrots, onions, things of that nature. So that's in my oven. Tomorrow I'll season it and then that will get um, put up into jars. So, okay, I'm at the bottom. How do you like that? I'm not behind, Paul. So yeah, so that's been my drama going on between the no rain and catching these animals. It's just been, oh, I called Jay up the one day and I was like, don't say anything. And he's like, okay. And I said, they say you should plant your tomatoes in the back. They say it'll be fun. I'm never planting my tomatoes in the back like that ever again. But we've been relocating the animals because, like I said, my neighbor down the street loaned me a trapper cage. And I've just been putting the tomatoes that they're just leaving up the rows and throwing them in the back. And, you know, I did feel bad for the skunk because it took a little bit for somebody to get her to go relocate it. But it wasn't spraying or anything like that. My roommate said when he went to take the groundhog, it started banging its head out the back, like to get out. So he leaves them off like near water and woods. So it relocates them away from here because you all know me. I had no predator problems last year at all. So, but I saw that animal twice underneath my Brussels sprouts over there, and I was like, "Got to be kidding me!" So it's been very trying for sure. So I do have a video on that, on going out and seeing like my potato slips, all the leaves eaten off. I had to finally rip Boone's October beans out today because there was more eggs to the Mexican bean beetle and my other beans were coming up. I square foot gardened 16 beans per square foot and I lost all those at the beginning of the season before our first harvest because I started off with 2 bugs and the next day I was like infested with them. I saw some type of weird beetle back near the Brussels sprouts, a lot of cucumber beetles, just all kinds of things. Like, and I kept saying, I think Mr. Joe from Garden State Gardener jinxed me when he said, yeah, well, we'll see how your garden goes next year. It's a second time garden. I'm at the point where I know it's not good to do it. Leave your beds exposed. I'm obviously going to grow food now and it's like until it freezes. But I'm thinking about leaving my soil open. I was watching Appalachia Homestead and she said that she thinks we're probably going to get hit with a pretty cold winter this year. So maybe that'll even keel things out. A lot of dragonflies in my garden. I only saw one praying mantis once. A lot of like some butterflies, hummingbirds, birds, of course. I have more sunflowers than I ever did, but even my sunflowers, they like, you know, the heads that get this big, they're just like stunted from the heat. So, you know, it's just been crazy, crazy. And I feel like every time I go out there, I end up feeling disappointed. Once I saw my arch trellis collapse, because Jay bought me 2 owls. We have one in the back and one on that. That's not what made it collapse. It just, you know, wasn't the most expensive thing, but it completely collapsed. And I just looked at Jimmy and I'm like, I'm just so done. You know, and I'll get like that for about 5 minutes and then I snap myself out of it. But, you know, so I have beets going. My corn is actually growing in a pot. I decided to try growing corn in a pot. That's growing. My carrot tops are being eaten off by the carrot weevil. All my watermelons were pretty much demolished by the wildlife here. Um, like bigger ones, big watermelons, and no proof left behind. That's what's weird. Ripped out sunflower plants, the stems, but no head. You know, like usually an animal will leave you something behind as a trail you can follow it. Nope. So I had quite a few just stems with no heads in it. So it's really been a very trying season. And then I'll get things inside and then something else will go on. I just screwed up making my sauerkraut. I thought that I put the salt in it, or maybe I didn't put enough salt in it to ferment it. And the next thing you know, I've thrown it all out. I mean, that's literally what my season's been like. So I'm going to remake some more sauerkraut. And I have beets to do, carrots to do. The sauce is in the oven with zucchini, onions, carrots, all that good stuff from the 1870s homestead. So I'll be jarring that up. So yeah, I can't think of the name of the channel for one of the moderators to drop a link, but the hashtag is every little bit counts. I should have been prepared. I'm really sorry, but it's where you put something up every day for the month of August, whether you ferment it, whether you're using your dehydrator or freeze dryer, if you're that lucky to have one, you know, however you're preserving. This is what I did with all those Thai peppers. I dehydrated them and I put them in a Ziploc baggie because I think I'm going to end up maybe grinding these later and making, I don't know, like a really hot and spicy powder. And I wanted to go back again since I had to end the live. I got this from Passamaquoddy on my new adventure with pressure canning. These gorgeous, homemade, crocheted mitts so I don't get burned. Aren't they gorgeous? So thank you again, Passamaquoddy. I absolutely, really, really do appreciate it. I love them. I think they're so pretty. I'll show you both sides. Look at that color. Awesomeness. So thank you again. I really do appreciate it. Anybody that sends me anything, I greatly appreciate it. Anyone that watches this back, I really appreciate it. So yeah, so this week's videos will be the chickens, of course, tomorrow, which they are getting so big. And last Monday's, if you missed it, go back and look. But the one, I don't even know where it came from. It just landed on my head and its nails were in my shoulder. I didn't even have coffee or anything. That little sucker flew and jumped right at me, startled me. But they're getting big. And that's usually what I post on Mondays is the cuteness overload with the chickens. And then I think Tuesday is going to be my video on what am I planting for fall. And then you'll probably get hit with the video of like all the destruction. It does go into the dark. So I'll have to label that like, you know, let's walk through the garden. I don't know. I'll have to figure out a title. Okay, I'm not seeing anymore. So weird. I have to keep hitting this button in order for it to bring up the comments. It's crazy. I guess I'm glad to see the dragonflies and spiders around. Yep, there's lots of that. The Japanese. I was infested as well with the Japanese lantern. I did do a video on that where Jay came over and he used his Dyson suckvac. He got so many babies out of here that honest to God, I haven't been seeing a lot of big ones because he did that. So that was the other thing that I had to deal with. Let me see. I have to go back up because something was coming in. Hello, Joe Serrano. How are you? Melinda Elliott. Hello, how are you? I finally caught part of your stream. Awesome. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome in. Let's see. Let me go up. Pam, there's Pam. Join me in the dirt. You need a night cam to see what critter is taunting you. Well, so far, skunk and a groundhog I got. So, um, at least you're getting some tomatoes left. I'm usually overrun with them by now. Me too. I mean, you could go back and look at last year. I had so many tomatoes. And listen, I do say this. I'm completely blessed. I do say it in the video that will probably be posted on Tuesday or Wednesday. I, towards the end of this whole video, walking you around, showing you things as it's getting dark, I said, I'm still blessed. Thank God for a very prolific garden last year. Thank God for that. And I also stayed in there. If you have an animal that's eating your stuff, or maybe you have a farmer you can support, I hear there's like a produce junction. If no shame in the game, if you lose something but you can find the product by supporting something locally, get it that way, as long as you're getting it up on the shelf. That I did say in my video. Let me see. I have some new cabbage seeds coming. I think it's really huge. OS Cross. Wow, really? I watched Simple Living Alaska. I don't know if anybody just watched their video or not last night, the day before. And he held up one leaf and it was like this. And I don't know if that's the name of it, but I would love to get my hands on some of those seeds. I'd have to go back and watch the video in order to be able to tell you what cabbage it is that they were growing. But I mean, the head is like this big. It's enormous. It's one of my favorite channels. My tomatoes are not that big though. Let me go back because related story. Let me see. Oh, I missed a lot. It's taking me, I have to scroll back up, everyone. Let's see. Let me backtrack just a little bit. I wish I had a greenhouse. Dixieland Homestead, I wish I had a greenhouse. Congrats on winning the contest. Thank you, Mr. Joe. Wish I could get to you sooner. That's okay. No big deal. Prize should be mailed out at the end of the month. Awesome. I'm just backtracking. I will be growing. Okay, I read that one. Looks like a lawn, not a hayfield. Even the grass. Ooh, look at that blur. Even the grass is burned up here. But this is really disappointing. My blueberry bushes scorched to a crisp. Burnt, done. Adios amigos. I kid you not. I can't even believe it. But again, hello to Joe Serrano in case I missed him. It's been okay, Mel. Just over all of this rain already. Yeah, you're getting all this rain and I'm just over it. Like, I literally, like, my weather here on my phone, it'll say, for like a rainstorm, it'll do like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I mean, I'm not even kidding. They can't even predict it. I mean, let me tell you, I had my daughter in 1986 and that was extremely hot. But they said they've never seen heat like this in decades. Decades. At least here in Pennsylvania anyway. I can only speak for myself. No rain. Max all since spring and summer, maybe 20 minutes. But the heat index, so if it's 94, 95 here, we're like 105, 110. I can't even. I mean, it just makes me sick now. I just can't be out there dealing with that, you know. So you're getting all this rain and I would love to take some. Sounds awesome. I have a come salsa with me pot. It's finally taken off. Yay, I'm so excited, Suzanne. My come salsa bucket is kind of struggling. Mine is too now. But Miss Andell, I'm pretty sure I commented. I watched your tomatoes and how you fixed your blight. Awesome sauce. So happy for you, honestly. Oh, Miss Andell, when I was planting my things of what I'm growing for fall, I planted me just a little bit of some, you know, Georgia Southern collards. I did, for sure. Yep. Mother Nature is definitely playing havoc. And thank you for coming in, Pam. Y'all, this You know who Pam is. One has sent me all that stuff in the mail. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Um, Planted some colored cherry tomatoes from the store that got big and never flowered. Really? I did my potatoes from just potatoes I bought at the store, but if you get organic potatoes, they're not sprayed. Same, I think, with tomatoes too. Can't have too many seeds. Never, never. That's very true, Paul. Well, creative redundancy. What state are you in again? You still have some time, right? Believe me, I mean, honestly, again, thank God I had a very prolific garden last year. But I am putting stuff up. The tomatoes that come in, I just haven't gotten any. Like, I never got to have my first tomato, mayo, it's got to be Hellman's, sandwich yet. I mean, I didn't even get to do that. And when my son was here, some of the tomatoes that I could finally see that were red that they didn't eat, I was given. My son can't have the acidity to the tomatoes, but I sent home to his girlfriend Lindsay zucchini, some tomatoes. Jared wanted lots and lots of herbs. My son, I'm so happy that we had like a little sleepover. That would be my 23, 24-year old, the baby. Yeah, a little something, something going on. But it was nice to have him here. And yeah, got to like, I don't know, like a sleepover. So that was fun. And what I was trying to tell you, not last week, because I didn't do live last week, but this is what I was trying to tell you the week before. I thought my roommate killed like plants that I really, really wanted. I mean, he killed a lot of plants. But I think this year, God willing, I'm going to ask Jay. Maybe he'll have more information on a way to keep the humidity. I don't know if that would be a humidifier that does cool in the dining room or go to like the see-through cups or something. But this is the cherry peppers. They are coming in and doing good. And in case you didn't see my pepper haul, it was so hot that day you couldn't even walk out the door. It's 105. And my plants were struggling the night before really bad. So I just took the nozzle off the hose, went right to the roots of everything. Some things really did bounce back. Chris was up here, thank God. If you know, Chris used to record a lot of my videos. It was nice to finally not have to record myself and where I could actually be in it. And something was telling me, because normally I'll pick all my peppers off. And that's what I did. And now when you do that, I did that big pepper harvest, you'll get another full big pepper harvest. Trust me when I tell you. So I'm not sweating, any peppers that I lost. I kept thinking like, oh, it's not a big pepper harvest. Oh no, it was big. It was very big. Got a lot of peppers. I just roasted some red peppers. They're in the refrigerator because I have to take the black off. Like, I have so much to do in the inside now that it's not what I want it to happen. It's like I'm being left to have to harvest some things to where it's like, well, I have this to do. I have this to do. I have this to do, this to do, this to do. Craziness, And that makes me very overwhelmed. But yeah, so not a whole lot of tomatoes. I will be making salsa just for my Come Salsa With Me garden. And I really want to rip the tomatoes out of the back. But I figured when I saw the damage that was being done, I went out and I bought a case of diced tomatoes because I need diced tomatoes. But I just did Dr. Wynn cheese. I did 2 jars of like just diced tomatoes. I'm getting ready to pressure can carrots and this sauce that's in my oven right now from the 1870s homestead. I'll be putting that up on the shelf. So, you try to find room in your garden. Why have the in-ground that I call the no-till? Well, I know it's not good to till, but I'm going to tell you all something right now. I'm tilling that. This spring, I am tilling that garden because I need to make that soil right over there. And I used it last year, but I expanded it and made it wider and bigger. But my celery is out there I heard once you get the carrot weevil, it can usually take out your celery, but I have no no room to even harvest my celery. And I'm going to pressure can all that celery. So I have all the celery to harvest. I still have cabbage out there to harvest, even though I did that other harvest. The Brussels sprouts are out there getting beat to smithereens. And I said to my roommate, I want to rip them out. And I was calm about it. And he said, I wouldn't rip them out, just leave them. So we'll see. Then I went in and I planted beets. I planted quite a few different colors of Swiss chard. I planted some extra cucumbers, some extra zucchini to have for fall. And whatever tomatoes I get, I get. I didn't need a ton of tomatoes. I just feel really disappointed because a lot of the things that I was growing this year wasn't per se for me. It was for my children and anyone else that needed food. That's what upsets me, you know? So I have some new cabbage. Okay, that was the OS cross. At least you're getting some tomatoes. I'm usually overrun with them by now, but not this year. Hardly any, not enough to even can. Oh, Laura. Well, you know what, girl? If you can afford it, go get. They sell like a big can. I mean, I have a recipe on how I just make regular gravy. I call it gravy. It's red sauce, which is 2 cans of tomato puree, 1 can of crushed, a can of diced, and a can of tomato paste. And then you can add your own seasoning. And then you can that. But if you want to get the big one, like I found a big can when I was stockpiling. I found a big can of San Marzano. So, you know, that's what I mean. Like, if you need to go buy it, which I know things are expensive, or if you can help a local farmer, there's something here called the Produce Junction. If I need it, I'll just have to go there and get it to replace it. Oh, you did? Creative Redundancy said, I gave some of my tomato seeds into plant sway this season too. That's awesomeness. Melinda Elliott says, hello, Peep. Hello. I know I'm behind. I was backtracking. Let's see. I finally caught part of your stream, which I'm so happy about that. Thank you so much. I've seen a butterfly this season, but only one monarch. So it's a huge goal for me next year. And I planted milkweed and it got scorched. I mean, burnt to a crisp. So I'm like a little TO'd about that. I'm seeing the yellow butterflies, the black ones, the black and like blue ones, or the ones that are dark blue, and then they'll have like light blue on their wings, but not so much the monarchs. So keep that in mind when you're purchasing seeds this upcoming season to grow something for the monarch butterflies. And Pam is in here. Pam can name the channel that's running this August. Every little bit counts. She'll write it out, and then we'll have the moderator post the link. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I must have had them, the monarch caterpillars, because here's another thing. So I walk out the door because I harvested all my cilantro, and my parsley and my come salsa with me was like this big. I go out the next day, gone. So they must have ate it all. So I took scissors and cut it, and I think it's starting to come back. So well, the only thing I could tell you about the Japanese beetle, you could try pine soil, like with a straw. People say, oh, put pine soil around your garden in a bowl, they'll fall right in a minute. No, they don't. Even the Japanese lanterns here don't. But I would take an old straw and knock them right into it. Kills them instantly. I guess I'm glad to see the dragonfly spiders brown. Yep. Grubs got my zucchini. Vandal the Land, I'm so glad you brought that up. Because in my video, I'm going to be saying like, oh, I saw these things. I don't remember what they were called. I found 8 grubs that were like a bluish color inside my grow bag of brand new soil. I'm like, now how does that happen? So, I really like these grilling zucchinis. This was new for me this year. So one of these is going to be saved for seeds, unless I can find it somewhere. But yeah, I got those grubs. They're disgusting. Our country is passing out milkweed plants for the butterflies. Oh, that's awesome, Cindy. Yeah, that's from Three Rivers Homestead. Thank you, Dixieland Homestead. Three Rivers Homestead. If one of the moderators could post a link, and then correct me on the title. I think it's Every Little Bit Counts. It's putting something up every day of the month of August. So, I mean, I do have two things. I can, from what's today's date? Well, I think it started August the 1st, but that's okay. Because I've done a lot, and I'm just going to keep on going, because if I turn it around, it's a hot mess in here right now. I have so many things to do. Vanderland says, funny trivia, dragonflies have 6 legs but can't walk. Wait till you see the dragonfly that I saw on my tomato plant, just chilling there as I'm recording at night. What's the hashtag, Mel? I think it's every little... Pam's in here. Let me scroll down because it's Jessica at Three Rivers Homestead, and the hashtag is Every Bit Counts Challenge. So what that is preserving. Whether you water bath can it, pressure can it, dehydrate it, freeze it, I don't know, Pam, do you have to do a video every single day? I would think maybe you do. I'm not really sure. I might be bunching a few of mine in, but I will do the hashtag, and I am doing that because I have lots of stuff going on. As they're flying north, you usually catch glimpses this year. Just one guy doing whatever. Mel, is that a challenge from... No, she just said it. Sorry, I know I'm behind. I saw one little baby one vandal the land this year in my squash bed. I was hoping it would have stayed, but it didn't. All my other gardens. There it is. Thank you, Cindy Brown. She posted the link. Three Rivers Homestead. Laura says, my little boy catches the beetles and gives them to the chickens. Oh, those grubs. I went in with one. They fight over it. And then it was like I was finding 2, and then another 2, and another 2 in my grow bag with brand new soil in it. I was like, oh, Pam, I was so grossed out. So the chickens ate good because I fed every one of the chickens to grubs. Thank you, Paul. There it is. Every Bit Counts Challenge. It's very important to them. Yep. Milkweed. Oh, yeah, mine catches grasshoppers for the chickens. I saw one green grasshopper, and I went to grab it, and he jumped right in my bean bed. And I'm like, that's cool. You can stay there, considering the problems I've been having. You do good. Let's see. Okay, look, my internet's being pitted right now. Still, take care all. Thank you, Cindy Brown. I'm just scrolling. Bake a leg. It's crazy seeing leaves come down in the summer. Tons. People are saying that. Well, there's no trees here. My daughter's just like called me on Duo or whatever. And she's like, yeah, it's already feeling cooler over here. And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot you're in blazing sun. It's spring. She's like, oh, I'm jealous. It's blazing sun over there. And I'm like, don't be jealous because it is hot. Like when I was saying to Jimmy about planting this garden, are you sure it's full sun, Jim? Are you sure it's full sun? Oh, it's full sun, all right. It's like, I'll be the goof with a headlamp out there trying to garden because you can't do anything during the day here. But I haven't seen a lot of leaves down. I saw a couple, off that way, but I haven't seen a ton of leaves. Okay, Dixieland Homestead says, I ordered the OS Cross Cabbage seeds from the Best Cool Seeds. It is the same one that Simple Living Alaska has. Really? Oh my gosh. It usually takes 4 days for my live to unlock so that I can see the comments, but I would love to have some of those seeds, let me tell you. Thank God we have huge storm on Friday. You did? Have? Or you? Oh, well, lucky you. We just got thunder and like 4 minutes of rain. It was mainly like heat lightning, which is crazy because I'm by the river. It's like all the tornadoes, right? There were tornadoes last year, 8 of them, and it's like nothing this year. So I don't know. So anyway, the one day I did order a few things because, like I said, I want to. I'm really, really happy with the purple of Sicily. So I this spring, well, you'll see this one for this summer. I mean, this fall. Um, but for next spring, I'm doing all the colors of the rainbow when it comes to the cauliflowers. This is the graffiti one. It's okay, but I really like the purple of Sicily better. And then this is the cheddar one. Pam's on here. She knows what I order. I tell her everything. It's a green one. I don't have it in front of me. It's the one that has the points. I did get that. And they sent me a Hasinator tomato. So, yeah, I'm doing Mammoth Rock cabbage. I forget what green cabbage. You'll see it. It's in my video. This cauliflower, Swiss chard. Oh, not for nothing. I cleaned out my whole green stalk planter and I planted like lettuces and stuff, domestica mix. Not yesterday, the day before, and all the seeds germinated. Like they're already germinated. That's how hot it is here. And I'm like, uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't plant them too soon. So I'm just trying to go around and fill in the spots. You know what I mean? Fill in the spaces, which will mainly be in that in-ground garden. I still have turnips I want to plant, carrots I want to plant. I'll do a short day, like a 50-day carrot. What else do I have left to do? Some more beets, carrot, more carrots, cabbages, the red rock one, which is enormous. Let me see. Oh, and I did plant this in my green stalk planter. Well, here's still my package. It's dirty, but I definitely planted this. It's the Mammoth Red Rock. I planted this for fall because it's cold tolerant. Yep. That's the only thing, like, I love a lot of seed packs, but some of them won't say if they're cold tolerant. Now, this is saying 70 days for this Georgia Southern Creole collards, but I did plant that for fall. Copenhagen Market Cabbage, I have like 70 days. This is from a sustainable seed company, so I planted those. This is going in the ground this week. This is American Flag Leeks. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but like you plant it and then it'll be ready, say April. So like April to April or like, so yeah, I'm going to be planting these leeks. I will have some leeks for, fall to pick now. I did butter crunch inside of my stackable. So yeah, a lot of it came up. Did I do this one? It says 63 to 100 days, so I wasn't sure. I can't be 1,000% if I planted this Copenhagen Market Early Cabbage. So, rocket arugula, all those types of things. So I still have more to go. I want turnips, but this is the kale that I did from Haas Tools. I planted this Blue Ridge kale right here. And I planted one of their lettuces. But this is what I mean in a row. I did like the yellow Swiss chard. Then I did like mix. And then I did the ruby red. And I just kept changing the colors as I was going down the line in the in-ground garden. So still more to go as far as planting is concerned, to have a fall garden and try to make up for things that have happened here. The beans are coming up in the beds, obviously both beds. But tonight I saw the eggs again to the Mexican bean beetle on the October beans, and I had enough of it, so I just ripped it out. And now I have to be really super careful to keep my eye out for, that beetle. And then, like I said, I planted some more squash and stuff like that, zucchinis. So that's kind of what's been going on. It's hard to go out the door I do have a potato harvest. It was just potatoes from the store, but I dug them down so deep. Nope, some animal ran right through it. But that looks like that could have been a deer that ran through that. And then in the back, that looks like a big fat raccoon that flattened my zucchini. So that's what my gardening season's been like. I'm saving zinnia seeds. I have a video coming out on that. Is it better to cut it off to save the seed or leave it on the plant? You do know you can plant more zinnias now. You can plant sunflowers if you want. I'm not planting any sunflowers. But you can plant some of your flower seeds now for next year. So keep that in mind. Let me see. Mona's in here. Hi, Mona. Sifting some soil and more. How are you? Ragnarok Prepper, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Simply Jan in here. It's so weird that this is now making me hit the button to see the comments. I may try a fall garden. Our gardens have really been a struggle this year. They really have, Miss Jen. They really have. But welcome in, Simply Jen and Mona. Saying hello, Mel and Chat. Welcome in, Ragnarok Prepper. Let's see. Just going back to see if I missed anything. Did anybody else see the video using dish soap solution in a sprayer to kill squash bugs? I can't remember whose channel it was on. That didn't work for me, and not for nothing. I listened to everyone, and I got neem oil, and I mixed it with the soap, and it did nothing for the Mexican bean beetles. I left the seeds that Boone gave me, the October beans, and they just kept coming back, and today I had it after my arch trellis fell over, which is going to look so ghetto. I just ripped them out because I don't want them to go to the other plants. So I'm going to have to really be very diligent and watch those beans, those bean plants, so I don't end up losing another harvest. But they didn't work for me. Good to have you back, Bake a Leg. Melody, I hope you are well, and that all in the chat are also well. Thank you, Ragnarok. Loose faucet. That's strange, Paul. You're calling her that. I got landscape fabric for my squash next year. Sassafras Red. Hello, my friend. Blue Self-Reliance. Hello. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Mel, you can get the OS Cross Cabbage seeds from Best Cool Seeds. I never even heard of that company. I don't even have a pen right near me. Do I? Did you see that? Yo, I am so glad to know that's one of your favorite channels, because that is so mine. I talk about them all the time. I like them, and I like Patera. I like Patera a lot. Let me see if I have something I can write that on. It's the OS. I never heard of that seed company, though. OS Cross Cabbage. And that was from Best Cool Seeds. Thank you for that. I will say something about my favorite channel, Simple Living Alaska. Ariel, right? If she can be in a small, I mean, it really rocked my world when she brought her plants out of the house. I will say this. She planted everything and anything, and they're in a tiny cabin. Now, granted, I had heat issues, humidity issues here because my roommate's older. I was killing myself with the heat. So yeah, I'm going to figure something else out for this upcoming season. But I said to Pam, if she could do that, and I mean, and I plant a lot of plants, but I think I'm going to stick to like my top 6 tomatoes. Okay, 8. I'm going to stick to my top 8 tomatoes, my top 10 peppers. That's what I'm doing as far as those two are concerned. But she grew so much, and she's in a tiny cabin. Like, y'all need to go watch that. where it was like, what was that, Memorial Weekend, like the weekend to get it all out. You have to see all the stuff she planted. That's enough to wake us all up. And I think that I grow a ton of stuff, but she blew me out of the water. So thank you for that, because I'm going to look for that. But I never heard of best seeds. I never heard of that. Best cool seeds. For some reason, it doesn't look like cool. Have you grown them? Do you like them, Dixieland Homestead? And how are you doing, Sassafras Red? Happy to see you in here. Blue Self-Reliance. Yeah, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket next year because I did it. I own it. But I put all my squash in one bed. Every bit of it. Every single bit of it. But that might be a good idea. Landscape fabric? You mean like bug? Because I made myself a top priority, like, okay, I'm getting bug netting for the in-grounds. I think that might be like an 18 by 30 or something. And I just never got it for myself. And now I regretted it. But I'm going to lay things out different. And there's only certain things I'm going to want to plant. And my favorite peppers and, you know, stuff like that this year. Yeah, so thank you for that, Ragnarok Prepper. Actually, what ended up happening last week is it was like probably only 5 minutes of rain. The internet was glitchy here, and Jay said, "You need a break. Let's go." And that's the truth. We went to Home Depot, and then he took me out to dinner. And I was looking at the clock, and I'm like, "Jay, I could be live." And he was like, "You've been live with, you know, an infected mouth, or, you know, throwing up poison or migraines." And that is true. You know, I don't like to ever leave anyone feel like I'm letting someone down by not being doing live. But I just thought, oh, that glitching and everything. And, you know, so we went to Home Depot. He bought me a Hori Hori knife. I don't know if it's exactly the Hori Hori, the original, but I got one. And he bought me 2 owls to try to keep the critters out of the garden. And we went to a Chinese Thai place and ate. And I felt like I was eating like a pig. So, you know, I think that was good that I was like, okay, all right, I'll go. And that's where I was last Sunday. It wouldn't have worked out anyway, because even like at first I thought, you know, with the internet, and Jimmy was like, no, it was acting up because he was trying to play like some kind of game or something, and it didn't work out right. So that's where I was last week. And I kind of felt weird, like, wow, I've done a live every Sunday since I started YouTube, you know, but I know I need to do me, and that's hard for me to do me, but he forced me, so I went. Okay, so you can all blame it on Jay. Oh, goodness gracious. But no, it's good to get away from here, trust me when I tell you. How you doing, Mona? Collards love a frost and can take the snow. Yes, Miss Andale. So happy to hear that, because this particular pack, and I like furry morts, don't get me wrong, but they don't say anything like, you know, if you were to get something from like Haas Tools, it'll, well, not on this one, it doesn't. And my gardeners does, it'll say container friendly or like frost tolerant or whatever. So yeah, I'm glad. I think I only planted, let me see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 plants of this. So I'm looking forward to this. Let's see. Let me get caught up with some comments. Pam says it was, yes, Romanesco cauliflower seeds. That's the other one that I did get. So I'm like gung-ho now since the purple of Sicily, of doing all the colors. I'm not growing the I mean, I got some, don't get me wrong, and the birds got a lot, but, and I had them tied and everything. I just feel like it's sort of like when you plant red acre cabbage, the bugs leave them alone compared to like a green cabbage. I had a lot of slug damage going on. So it's the same thing with the cauliflower. They didn't really mess with the purple of Sicily. And I said to Pam, how cute would that be in the garden to have like a few colors of the rainbow going on, for cauliflower, because I like cauliflower steamed. It was just really hard doing the snowball cauliflower this year with this god awful temperatures and no rain. And not continuously watching chat. Oh, okay. I got both beans and peas going on here. Nice. Well, the beans are going, and I'm not doing peas. I think like I would need between 500 to 1,000 pea seeds to even for it to account for something. But I am going to do sugar snap peas though, just for some quick eating. I am going to do that. Let me see. I'm blaming the horticultural terrorists that started all the fires last year for the bad harvest this year. Yep, you never know. I know, and that's what's so sad, creative redundancy. It's like so many more people are trying to grow their own food this year. And it's like, and that's like my whole josh of like teaching people how to grow their own food and why they should grow their own food. And I was very positive in the video where I'm like, what am I going to do? Quit? You can't quit. It gets hard. But I feel bad for the new gardeners that, had to deal with maybe their first time growing food in a season like this. We can't control the temperatures. We can't control the bugs. We can't control Mother Nature. Do you quit? No. So that just makes me sad. I feel like I carry the weight of the world, really makes me sad. The new gardeners, I just hope they stick it out and just realize and know that it was just a crazy season for even really well-established gardeners of 35 years. It was not an easy season. So yeah, okay, so back to this come salsa with me. I'm going to do an update so you can see mine. And then I'm just going to make a little batch of salsa. So I want to say I'm just throwing it out there right now, but I want to say like the end of August. I have to discuss that with Mr. Joe. But yeah, so we'll give you the date to end the Come Salsa With Me challenge, but it's been fun. I loved it so much. It's in one of my videos, but my phone shuts off all the time. I loved my Come Salsa With Me pot so much. It was beautiful. My neighbor Debbie did one. She's not on YouTube. She might be watching. Hi, Deb. She did a Come Salsa With Me right outside on near her driveway. So super cute. And I like Pico de Gallo. So I did another pot that's a Pico de Gallo garden. So I really want to see the Come Salsa With Me challenge continue, year after year. So again, I stated this earlier before like the interruptions with the internet or just YouTube in general. I'll put out a video with a definite date, and I will be sending out everyone that participated surprise tomato seed, and then jalapeno, bunch of onions, cilantro. So you'll have everything that you need to start your Come Salsa With Me garden next year. And then with Mr. Joe, Garden State Gardener's help, we will figure out the winner. And he is going to give the winner 5 packs of seeds. So that's awesome. And how exciting is that I actually won the longest zucchini challenge from Garden State Gardener. And the next day I go and I pick like 17, 18-inch one. I wouldn't even have known if my subscribers didn't tell me in the live, like, hey, did you do your video? No, I did it right after live and submitted it, But yeah, so I ended up winning that. So that was fun. A very easy challenge that was. He has the cucumber one going on. The Peter Pepper one, I didn't get the peppers in time. And the cucumbers is a no-go here this season. Just a no-go. I did replant some more, so we'll see what happens. But that counted me out for that challenge. So I feel like his challenge was fun and easy, and the Come Salsa With Me was fun and easy. Everything just in one pot. And yeah, so I hope you all had a good time doing it. Show your updates. If you're ready to make a little half a cup or a cup of salsa, make it, post a video, and you may end up being a winner. Everybody's a winner. Nobody loses, but the person that makes, salsa will win seeds from Mr. Garden State Gardener. So how sweet is Joe to do that? I think he's purchasing them from M.I. Gardner. But yeah, I love doing it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I did a determinate tomato where all your tomatoes come in at once. Thank God for that plant because I'll tell you what, that's the only place I was getting my tomatoes from. Seriously. What else did I want to tell you? So, yep, I went and just got your basic natural organic seed starting mix to start my fall seeds. So they're out there. Lots of stuff to preserve and to deal with. Anything that I don't get to and it goes bad, goes right to the chickens. I mean, my chickens are getting big. But if that chicken flies on my head again, that naughty girl. Barb told me that I need to give them names already. So Jay sent me a link to the bands that you could put on their leg. So, because I can't really tell them apart except for two. One of the Wyandottes has a real red line down its nose. But I don't know. They're supposed to have a really good temperament. And I didn't even see that one coming. It landed right on my head and its nails were on my shoulder. Before I even had coffee. So I was just kind of like, you're bad, you're bad. This isn't the sunflower that I planted this year. But the Mammoth Russian. Let me tell you. I had one bigger than the Willow Grove Challenge. All the way up the telephone pole out back. And the head is like this big. It's like all the heads to the sunflowers got stunted. And you know how I always say the birds like to mess with me and they move the seeds? They gave me a lot more sunflowers all around this property for sure. But now I have to invest in 2 new blueberry plants because they're scorched to death. I have corn there. Miss Jen, I have leftover corn in the husk. Is that okay to give it to the chickens to peck at? And if you can text my phone, this is what I'm looking for. So they're still finishing up the, chick feed. And Jimmy went to Tractor Supply and got the pellets. And I was like, I didn't want the pellets because I wanted to be able to ferment their food. I'm looking for the one that would have like the sunflowers, the corn in it. Is that just like a treat or is that mixed in with food? So if somebody can give me the name of that specifically so I can get it in time before winter. Because I know they say don't give your chickens corn. Give it to them in the winter. Keeps them warm. I just don't want to waste all this corn. So. Let's see. Saying hello, Jay. Melody's bragging because she was bigger than the men. Laugh out loud. And I know where Mel can shove that zucchini. You mean right up your ass? Ha! Paul Honeyman, I love you, my friend. So funny. Jay, what is that about? Jay will like eat and stuff, and now I'm like putting like pig emojis and stuff. It's the men she goes after. She doesn't care if they're married, single, or gay. Who? Miss Jen, no you are not, girlfriend. No you are not. That best not be talking about me. Sounds good with the seeds. Thank you. If you can lend me a hand with, like a date that you think's a reasonable date, that'd be great. But that's why I germinated 15 of them. I had a lot of broken ones and a lot of eaten ones for sure. Who's he talking about? Hold on here. Gardening is a long-term thing. Make progress forward. Yep. Oh, that loose faucet scares me, and she's my identical twin sister. Never stop growing. It's all part of the process. And as long as there is time to get another seed in the ground, do it. Amen to that. They're being fresh. Jay's watching. Look, on this side, Jay. Okay, let me scroll back up. It definitely is a long-term thing. Messing my ass off. You're safe. It's the men that need to be scared. Laugh out loud. This has been such... Okay, I read that. So this comment, true Paul, it's the men she goes after. She doesn't care if they're married, single, or gay with these funny faces. Who is that towards? Melody's bragging because she was bigger than the men. Mm-mm-mm. Well, maybe I should try 20 tomatoes so I can make salsa next year. Yeah, I mean, I made salsa, so I didn't need to make that for this year, but I'm making fresh salsa from my Come Salsa With Me garden. I didn't get my garden sorted quick enough after the move to have tomatoes this year, but next year, though, I'm making up for that. That's a good point, Blue Self-Reliance. The other thing of it is, too, if you grew a lot of something the one year, it's like my roommate had that question. He was just like, what was the question? Well, didn't you get good peppers last year? I said, okay, and? I said, Jimmy, or something about tomatoes. And I said, Jimmy, just because something works out one year with a crop doesn't mean it's going to work out the second year with a crop. Now he's seeing that firsthand. Firsthand, he's seeing all this crazy stuff that's happening. And I will share this again from my son Jared. It's a fan. It's USB. I know Oldies has it right now, but Jared got this. I don't remember where. Because his work, the air conditioner was out, and he gave it to me when he was here the other day, which is so super cool. I could have used that while I was dying in the garden. But yeah, you'll make up for it next year. Oh, sifting some soil. Mona won stuff. Joe's saying congrats tonight. So would she win? I didn't get to be in that one. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me I was cooking and for to email you. Huh. Cucumbers were terrible here, but I'm planting more. I will not lose the battle. Same here. I have 3 in the in-ground and 2 in the back. But the alpha beta, and Indiana backyard gardener said, oh, take off the leaves. It needs some ventilation. I did that, but even the sunflower leaves look like that. It's crazy. Every day feeling better than the last. Well, that's good, Joe. I got to water some plants soon, by the way. All heads up for you. I'm not watering tonight because I watered a little bit earlier. I have 3 sunflowers and have yet to get flowers. Wow, really? It's crazy, Jen. Put the pellets in a 5-gallon bucket and fill it with water. Add water every day and keep it moist. Fermented feed is so good. Yes, but I want to know what is the name of the bag that has the corn, the sunflowers, and the actual food in it, not the pellet type. Plus, I thought maybe I'd put my cucumbers out late. I don't know. Sorry, Mel, my damn internet provider has decided to start updating their damn system at 3:30 a.m. daily. It's really starting to piss me off. I understand. It's okay, Paul. Mona just won some yarn and threw in some seeds. Awesome! Mel, stay away from corn for your chickens in the summer. Grains and oats and sunflower seeds are great for them. Grains, oats, and sunflower seeds are great for them now or in the winter. Do you know, like, is anybody catching on? I'm talking about a big feeder bag. I want to put it in the can. Mix it in with the pellets, but I wanted to have the things that they really need for wintertime to stay warm. Like these poor birds, they have a fan in their coop and everything. One sleeps on top of it. It's just funny. But I want to make sure it has corn, sunflowers, whatever grain they're supposed to have for going into winter. But I definitely will be fermenting. Let's see. Okay, so no corn. I guess I'll have to throw that corn out. It won't be of any use. Are they too young for, like, scratch yet? Okay, I do have some sunflower seeds that I could give them. Mel, try asking Paragon Ridge Farm on YouTube. Hold on. On YouTube, they have their own food stores in Oklahoma for feed issues. Huh. They're about 3 feet tall now. Wow. Last year I had a beautiful amount of sunflowers. Freaking babe. Yeah, I just thought maybe Miss Jan had something she could recommend. I have to keep hitting the button. You believe this? So yeah, so that is that, my friend. Trials and tribulations, right? But can't quit. And I found a good deal at Aldi's, but I decided not to record that. I got 2 of those like rug runners, like one for each side of my bed. It was like $9 and $9.99. So I had my grandson for quite a few days. He tired me out. He was up to like 5 o'clock in the morning the one night. I was texting him from bed like, Gavin, go to bed. And then, like I said, I had my Jarrett for a day and a night and part of a day the next day. And that I just absolutely adored. I've missed Jarrett so much. And it's so funny when kids get older. And we were having a heart to heart conversation. And he just said to me, Mom, the way that I moved out, I want to apologize for. And I was like, oh, well, thank God, because that really had me so upset. It's just funny. It's funny. He's such an old soul. His girlfriend's a lovely person. And, he was just taking a little break and come over here to Mom's. And I haven't had him sleep over here at all yet. So I felt like we were like having a sleepover, like it was like the way that it used to be. So I did enjoy that without sounding weird. I just absolutely adore my kids and my grandson. So my grandson's birthday's coming up August the 11th, and he's only asking me for a Fire Stick. That's what he wants. He really wants an iPhone, but his mother won't cave. And then my daughter's birthday is August the 18th. So the mix of chicken feed is called scratch mix. Different places have different feed. Okay, because the lady at Tractor Supply talked Jimmy into these pellets. That's what it was, Jen. And I was like, Jim, didn't you hear me say I didn't want pellets? So, I mean, I'm obviously not going to waste it, but I thought, can I get the chicken feed, like the scratch mix or whatever, and then mix it with the pellets for them? Time to soak some soil again. Take care, Mel, and others in the chat. Thank you so much, Creative Redundancy, for coming. It's been a little all over the place. YouTube just seems like it's acting weird. Hello, should we do that again? So just here trying, I really have to clean up. I really have to clean up. And listen, it's unfortunate that I have to use my roommate's phone for certain things. I know the video's long for my garden tour, but garden tours are never really quick. So if everybody could watch it, I would greatly appreciate it. Anybody that watches this back, thank you so much. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. And that's where I was last week. And, I'm not going to stay on for the full time tonight because I had an extraction done right here. And I could feel it in my chin. It feels like somebody socked me. But, so tomorrow I am going to be pulling my pot out of the oven. And I'm going to be using an immersion blender for that gravy. And I'm going to jar that up. I have the carrots all peeled and sliced. I'm going to pressure can them. And I'm going to do a zucchini bread. And I want to do a chocolate zucchini bread. I bought more blueberries because I'm undecided of my frozen ones if I want to dehydrate them. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do the 3 Rivers challenge. It's just very chaotic around here. My roommate's still out of work, and he's not really doing much to help out, like chore wise or anything that has to do with that. He's really not. Today though, he did get up when he saw that my like trellis thing for the garden collapsed. He did get up because I think he knew, but he usually just sits and watches TV all day. And I'm cleaning up after his dog and trying to do everything, and I'm one person. So there's my little rant real quick about my roommate. Other than that, love him to pieces. It's Jimmy's birthday yesterday. So great big happy birthday to Jimmy, but I just wish he would not let the trash overflow for a week. Stuff like that. And clean up after his own dog. Because then maybe I wouldn't be losing my harvest and I can put it up. And he actually had said something to me. He's like, what's the sense of growing it if you're going to lose it? I was like, I almost wanted to spit bullets. You know what I mean? I'm like, can you clean up your stuff and after your dog? I cannot cook and use are all in the kitchen, all around me and the dogs around me. I do everything with the chickens. I do everything on the property, everything inside the house. So I'm looking forward to just relaxing in my room tonight because my mouth is starting to throb. Not that kind of throb, like because I'm sucking through a straw. My friend's going to kill me back there. But stay tuned though, because there's a couple red ones. If I can find I don't know if I'll find it. But prosciutto and provolone, and then you stuff them and you soak these in olive oil. And I am also doing the French garlic confit. I'm going to have garlic oil and whatever else I choose to do with the rest of that garlic. I will bring you along for that. So, a little bit of gardening and a lot more preserving and maybe some baking and cooking. So if you're okay with that, because it's been way too hot for me here. They can totally have scratch and oats and seeds. Okay, good to know. Yes, be very well, creative redundancy, and thank you again for coming in. Tractor Supply has a great mix for the flock, Mel. Well, they had them get this pellet one. It's like 50% layer, and it's pellets, and I didn't want pellets. I wanted the mixture, and it's hard because I gotta say, I gotta give myself a lot of credit. Miss Jen gave me permission to blow her phone up when I got those little chicks. I did pretty good. I must say so. I dealt with the poopy butt, and now I'm just having like a food question, really. It doesn't matter which side you put the straw on. Physics dictates that when you suck a vacuum, when you suck, a vacuum is created in the whole mouth. Well, guess I can't suck anything then, can I, Jay? Careful, Mel. That green bit looks like it could scratch it if you go in too deep. What do you mean, Paul? Oh, this made my straw? I don't know. Mine was yesterday too. Oh, happy birthday, Dixieland Homestead. Happy to have you in here this Sunday. Happy birthday. Great big happy birthday. Pellets are hard for the young chickens to eat. Scratch is better. Okay, good to know. I thought I was right, but I was like, don't you remember me telling you not to get scratch? But apparently not. I've been giving them some as a treat. Let me show you this bag that I got, Miss Jen. Let me show you what Jimmy treated the birds to. It is like food haven in here. So they're loving this. The flock party. I don't do it every day, but maybe every other day I'll give them like a handful. So he did grab the big bag. He just screwed up on the food. I'm going to have to tell him it in the morning. Let's see. When you had the yellow thing in your hand. Oh. Time for me to go. Mel, happy birthday, Jimmy. Thank you, Miss Jen. I appreciate it. So the pellets are hard for the young chickens to eat. Got it. So I will fix that. And yeah, thanks for coming in, Miss Jen. Y'all hit the thumbs up. She said, uh-oh, better listen to a loose faucet or you'll be in big trouble. But on that note, I did want to give a shout out to Abby from Bountiful Harvest, Abby, because I've been getting like, I'm busting up my hands, the things are itching, and I misplaced it. And she had sent me some calendula salve, and I was putting it on there tonight. It feels so much better, and it smells so good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely get some more of this. So that's what I got going on over here, folks. Chickens, my roommate, his dog, you know, food to preserve, garden that's falling apart while my trellis fell apart. Um, what are you gonna do? Life goes on and we just make the best out of it. And now I'm focusing on hopefully not sweating my butt off. And I'm trying, like I said, to fill in all the cracks for fall. So focus on anything you lost, either replace it from a local farmer. Like here we have like a produce junction. I'll have to do what I have to do, as well. So, and then get your seeds in for fall. I think it was Passamaquoddy said, what, you were only doing cucumbers? Maybe go for one other thing that you like. Cabbages can withstand the cold. Leeks, I'll be picking them next year. I grew in the winter last year. Kohlrabies, day, day, it's a radish, daikon radish, but I don't have any more of those seeds. And I'm so interested in the big cabbage because I love that channel. I might rewatch them tonight. I couldn't get over how big the leaf was, but I just think if she can do that, she has a shorter growing season than most of us. And if she can grow all, I mean, she was coming out with totes and totes and totes and totes, and I had 3 shelves full. But I don't think that I did the amount that she did. And I'm going to be rearranging things. I don't know if I'm going to do watermelon again. I definitely probably won't be putting tomatoes back there ever again. So yeah, just roll with the punches. I have a book, just like a notebook. I'd like to get a gardening journal so I can keep track of every bug I had. But I really think I'm going to keep my beds exposed and let the winter elements get to it. Yes, it's going to lose some nutritional value, but I'll add it back in. Or I'm just going to have food growing in all the beds. Pam made a good suggestion and said put carrots in. I could do that in at least 2 of the beds, but I wouldn't want to do it in any more than 2 of the beds, and I want them to be established and thinned out before we go into our freezing temperatures, because then you're basically using that as a storage box, and you can harvest all those carrots first thing like March, April. So yeah, I'm not willing to put up with all these bugs. So all brassicas do okay over winter and cope with cold. Yep. And I even had a row cover, and I made it right to the very end until we got that stupid ice storm, and it made my cover come down, and the cover touched the plant, which then gives it frostbite if you're familiar with that, and it kind of like kills the plant. But I'm not winter gardening this year. I wanted to try that last year because this was a new garden. I'm just going to put things out there in the winter, like maybe kohlrabi, carrots, stuff that can just sit there. I don't even have to worry about it. I'm just trying to play hunter over here and trap animals and get them off the property and release them back into the woods near here. It's not near here. Jimmy's been taking them about 10 minutes from here, 15 minutes from here. So that's that. That's what's going on. So stay tuned for that video. Many more videos to come. And there's like a fly in here. I am chickens tomorrow. I have a kale little harvest. Well, the kale was a big harvest, but it was just in my sink. I bring you along for that. And then it's going to be the video where you see all the damage that's been done. And yeah, just craziness. So now I'm going to do the 3 Rivers Challenge. I'm going to work on that. So yeah, but I'm glad to be back. Don't like to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like everybody has some bad news going on when it comes to their garden. I'm just really disappointed in my trellis. I really am. It's got brand new ladybug lights on there. Jay wants to just rig it for now because there's beans on it, like the Chinese red noodle beans. I'm just at the point like the heck with the beans. I'd rather have a nice trellis there. Pull the beans off. They're not going to last much longer anyway. I gave my daughter a bunch of stuff too. She came over. And I gave her a bunch of noodle beans. I gave her, I'm not even kidding, an 8-pound tomato. 8-pound tomato. Some eggplants, stuff like that. So, at least Jarrett was here. He got to take some stuff home. And my daughter came by to drop my grandson off. And she collected some stuff. So, it's not all a washout. So, let's see. They won't lose nutritional value if you let the elements get to them. but it will freeze out any diseases and issues may have this year. Well, you know what, Blue? That's exactly what I'm going to do. Some other gardeners may beg to differ with that. Feel free. Somebody can leave a comment if you watch this back. I just had so many bugs I've never even seen in 35 years. And you'll see some of these bugs on some of the videos that will be coming out. And I'm thinking that's the best way to go. Home Depot has the straw. It has no seed in it. It's called and it says for raised beds. I might get a bag or 2 or 3, but I don't think I'm covering up all 8 of my beds this year. Not at all. Leave those exposed and use that straw for other things that I need. But on that note, I'm going to check out just a couple minutes earlier than usual. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you for everyone that watches this back. And yeah, I hope that you're, keep your head held high. It's been tough. I know. I'm there with you. And, plant some more seeds, get things in the ground or in your garden, and keep the faith. Never, ever give up. And yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned, because I hope that this comes in before like the fall gardening season's over. It says 55 days. I planted this probably about, I think, August 1st, because I planted some purple at the beginning, like a couple weeks back, but some mouse ate the tips off and some worm got the rest of it. So no big deal. It is what it is. Let me see. You got this, Sonic. Take care. Oh, thanks, Blue. Until we meet again. Thank you, Ragnarok. Suzanne, same to you. Have a very safe week. Wow, 8-pounder. You're rocking it, Mel. Well, I wish I really was rocking it. I wish you would tell these, rodents, these animals to, get the heck off and out of my garden. But I'm making the best out of it. What can you do, right? But love you, Joe Serrano. The garden tour is up, everyone, if you'd like to take a look at it. I know it's in 2 pieces, but Dixieland Homestead, thank you so much for coming in. Mona, Garden State Gardener, Miss Andale, love you to pieces as usual. And yeah, Jay, he's a mess. And anyone that I may have missed, let's see. Yeah, Dixieland Homestead. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for another very live melody. Good night, and wishing a great week to everybody here. Joe, same to you, honey. Yeah, catch you during the week, and I will see you next Sunday at 9 o'clock without hopefully any interruption. I have to see what's going on with that button. Pam, can't forget my girl Pam. Night Mel, night all. See you next Sunday. And Mona, thank you, ladies and gents and the great moderators. Hope your mouth heals soon. Oh, me too. It's not going to heal anytime soon because I got to get the rest of this done. But this was a herder today. Vandal the Land, I have missed you. Just so that you know. Love yous all. Every last one of you. Is anybody that watches it back, leave a comment. Big thumbs up. We got 20 thumbs up in here. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you throughout the week and next Sunday. Have a blessed and safe upcoming week. And stay cool with the weather. God bless all.